Well, it's official. Kai Havertz is now an Arsenal player, which we all knew was going to happen. But the thing is, we have to look at this club now and actually look at how well this team is going to be playing next season because they are in the front running right now with Declan Rice. They have not signed this player just yet, but the fact that they put 100 million plus for this player to West Ham most likely puts him in the driver's seat. Manchester City have pulled out, so therefore in this video we need to talk about Arsenal. Yes, I understand this is a Chelsea channel. We do talk mostly Chelsea, but we do talk about other teams in the Premier League. And today's topic is on Arsenal because with the signing of Kai Havertz, with the signing of Declan Rice, this team has the capability to, I believe, push for the title next season, which, again, being a Chelsea fan, I don't want to say that, but let's be realistic with this squad. Now, looking at this squad, I have two different formations we're going to be looking at. Now, again, these have some of the players that have not signed for Arsenal just yet, but again, they are most likely rumored and very close to signing with this club, and therefore, again, it does create options for Arteta. Now, that all being said, we all know the way players play on paper and how they play actually on the pitch throughout their entire season is completely different. But again, this is kind of the two formations that I've been looking on Twitter and seeing what we've been seeing. And now a 4-3-3 with Rice, Kai Havertz, and Odegaard in that midfield. Again, this right here is one of those very unique situations where I think this could work out quite well because this will allow Kai Havertz to, again, free range in that midfield, be in the channels in all over the pitch, because again, him and Odegaard are going to crisscross all over the pitch the entire match, and then Declan Rice, who can hold that back line or to hold the midfield for them as their CDM, which we've seen do time and time again for West Ham, and therefore again is going to allow Arsenal to be very creative in the attacking third, which again, they already have been. This past season, I believe they scored 88 goals. The fact that now they're going to be able to incorporate more players going forward, they're going to score more goals. Now, granted, they still need to work on the defense. We will talk about that in a second, but still, the fact that now they have Kai Havertz going up there to, again, create chances for Jesus, for Saka, for Martinelli, and for any other player that they're going to bring in, this team is going to be dangerous going forward. It is their defense that we will have to talk about. So the fact is that they still need to bring a defender, and Timber seems to be one of the guys that they will bring in. That leads us to our other formation, which we're seeing right here, which can go to almost what we'd see at Manchester City, and that is the 3-2-2-3, which again, this by itself could be very unique as well, because what we're seeing here is that we're going to have Timber going up in the midfield with Rice. Now, you could put Partey there, kick out Ben White, and move him down into that position as well. This, again, is just a mock-up. You can roast me in the comments. You think this is a terrible formation, but again, this is what I was seeing online. The fact that if they do this, this, again, allows players to move forward up the pitch as well, because both those players can hold that defensive midfield position and then allow Odegaard and Kai Havertz to go forward again, which because of this, with their ball positioning, with the control of passing, dribbling, all that, this again is going to create more overload for the attacking third and again lead Arsenal scoring more and more goals, which again is going to help them compete with Manchester City and possibly edge them out this season. Now, granted, Manchester City have gone out and they've already brought in Kovacic. Yes, they lost Guardiola, but they are still going to bring in other players, which is going to make them a very difficult side. They're already a difficult side, but the fact they're going to bring more players in to, again, boost and get more depth is going to help them out. The thing that, again, is going to be affecting them is that motivation and drive. Now that they won the Champions League, they've won the treble, they may not have that complete drive they've been having. They may be lacking that now because after winning everything, they may think, you know what, we've done it. They may take their foot off the gas. We saw Liverpool do this a couple seasons ago. The same thing could happen to City, and if Arsenal are able to, they can capitalize on this season to, again, compete for the title and possibly win. Now, granted, it's still going to be very difficult. We got to talk about Newcastle. We got to talk about Manchester United. There's a few other teams out there I'm not going to mention because if I do, I feel like I'm going to be a little biased, but still, there are other teams that are going to compete for top four, but if not for the title itself. So this upcoming season is going to be very difficult, not just for Arsenal, not just for City, but for every tired team in the Premier League, which is why this season is going to be great. And yes, there's still a lot to go on with the transfer windows, but again, I think Arteta is getting the right players in. They are actually splashing cash for players this summer, which again is not typical for Arsenal, but the fact that they're doing this could again lead them to actually win the Premier League title in over 20 years. So again, this is a time for them to really go out and try to make a hard push to win the title, because if they do not, they may start losing, some of the players may start losing their motivation, like we talked about Manchester City, and they may not win it again for a very long time. So I want to know what you guys think though about Arsenal. Do you think this can be their season to win the Premier League title? And if it is, why? And if it's not, also why? Comment down below. I want to know what it is. And again, I'll get to those comments as quickly as I possibly can. And that is it. That's all I have for you today's video. If you did enjoy this content though, please hit the like button, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. And I will see you in our next video.